This is my pink rain lily plant, and as you can see, it has produced a lot of leaves over time. If you're new to rain lilies, one easy way to identify them is by their long, narrow, grass-like leaves. In fact, many people mistake rain lily foliage for ordinary grass, especially when the plant is not flowering. If you look closely, you'll also notice plenty of dry leaves and even some other plants growing in the same pot. At first glance, it may look like a pot full of random grass, but that's completely normal. The real plant is actually below the soil surface, where dozens of healthy bulbs are stored. Now it's time to prepare this plant for the upcoming flowering season. Whenever I notice that the rainy season is about to start, I take a sharp pair of scissors and give my rain lily a hard prune. I cut almost all the leaves, leaving only about 2 inches of growth above the bulbs. One thing I would recommend is not throwing away these leaves. I collect all the cut foliage and add it to my compost bin. Over time, these leaves break down and become valuable organic matter that can be used elsewhere in the garden. I know this may look a little drastic because the plant suddenly goes from being full of green foliage to looking almost bare. But don't worry, this is one step I never skip before the monsoon. In fact, I've been following this exact routine on the same pink rain lily plant for the last 4 to 5 years, and it has consistently rewarded me with beautiful blooms every rainy season. So, if your rain lily is healthy but producing mostly leaves and very few flowers, this simple pre-monsoon pruning might be exactly what it needs. But why does this work? To understand that, we need to understand how rain lily grows in nature. Even though its leaves look like grass, rain lily is not actually a grass. It is a bulb plant, and most of its stored food and energy remain safely underground inside the bulbs. In its natural habitat, rain lily experiences a dry season followed by the rainy season. During the dry period, the bulbs conserve energy and wait for favorable conditions. When the rains arrive, increased moisture, humidity, and changing weather signal the bulbs that it's time to grow and flower. Each of these grass-like leaves is connected to a bulb below the soil. While the leaves help the plant produce food through photosynthesis, the bulbs act as storage units, holding energy that the plant later uses for flowering. By pruning the old leaves just before the monsoon, I'm helping the plant transition into this natural flowering cycle. Instead of spending energy maintaining old foliage, the bulbs can focus on producing fresh growth and flower buds. That's why this simple step has consistently worked for me year after year. Once the pruning is complete, I clean the entire pot. I remove all the weeds, unwanted plants, and dried leaves that have accumulated over time. This helps reduce competition for water and nutrients and gives the bulbs a cleaner growing environment. After that, I add a handful of vermicompost. Nothing excessive, just enough to provide a gentle boost of nutrients before the flowering season begins. Once the vermicompost is added, I lightly water the pot. The goal is to keep the soil moist, not soggy. Then I place the pot in a location that receives plenty of direct sunlight and simply let nature do the rest. Now the waiting game begins. And surprisingly, within just a few days, I started noticing the first flower buds emerging from the plant. This is always my favorite stage because only a few days earlier the plant was covered with leaves and now it was already preparing to bloom. Over the next few days, the buds continued to develop and grow larger. Around the same time, the monsoon clouds started building up, humidity increased, and the weather became exactly what rain lilies love. And then, the flowers finally opened. Seeing this transformation never gets old. A pot that looked like a bunch of random grass suddenly turns into a beautiful display of delicate pink flowers. What's even more interesting is that this isn't a one-time result. Take a look at this footage from last year. The same plant produced an incredible flush of flowers after following the exact same routine. This is why I continue to use this method every year. It is simple, inexpensive, and has consistently given me great results for the last 4 to 5 years. And the story isn't over yet. Even now, I can already see more buds developing on this plant, so I'm expecting many more flowers in the coming days. If your rain lily is producing lots of leaves, but very few flowers, try this simple pre-monsoon routine. A little pruning, a clean pot, some vermicompost, plenty of sunlight, and a bit of patience can make a huge difference. If you try this method, let me know your results in the comments. I'd love to hear how your rain lily performs this season. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gardening tips and plant care videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.